Okay, good afternoon, David Brown. What's new? Rebroadcast, May 15th, 2025. Okay. Hey everybody, it's Darnell Crittenden from DC and Epson Power Players. Whatever you do, keep playing your games. Hit the like, hit the comment, hit subscribe. Please leave your notification on so you not miss DTV at its best. And the topic of this show is called, you guessed it, What's New? Right now, the last time I did a What's New show, because everybody knows I'm a huge Transformers fan. I don't care. It could be old school, new school, it could be Generation 1. Up to now, I've always was fascinated with Star Wars. You saw my Star Wars collection. I'm getting back into some of my Transformers. I still have some of my old Transformers, and at the same time, I'm trying to Get some of the reissued Transformers that are Generation 1. Pretty much anything in the Autobot or Decepticon universe that I think that I need for my collection, then that's what I'm going to do. And today, I got a very exclusive, expensive Transformer. I think out of all the Transformers I bought, this is probably one of the most biggest ones, not to mention one of the most expensive ones. The last Transformer I had on my show was a blue Grimlock along with Wheelie, as right now he's in my room, and he is a T-Rex. Now there's another T-Rex that's because we all know that Grimlock, he's part of the Autobots. I'm glad you're on my show right now, and Prince, my party is open to 1 right now, so you're more than welcome to stop in anytime. If you want, give me a second. I gotta slap into a Slim Jim. And I like these Slim Jims because they're organic. For $1.25, they taste pretty good. Now, I told you guys about Grimlock. Okay, right now he's in my room. I don't want to dig him up right now. But, oh yeah. Well, now I have not just 1, but 2 Transformers. Now, the one I'm about to bring out right now, he's about the biggest, the baddest. He's a Decepticon. He's a dinosaur. He's black and purple, and this guy means business. And behind me, you see, I have a GameStop bag, because I just came back from GameStop. But what you guys don't know is what's inside this bag. And I'm about to bring these 2 Transformers out right now. Megatron, I wish it was Megatron. Megatron is next. But I got somebody just as, I wouldn't say just as powerful as Megatron, but it's just as close as Megatron. And he is the most expensive one. Lucky for me, I bought this on reserve like 3 months ago. And here he is. I'll bring it on the screen right now. This is Tripticon. This is from the reissued Transformers Age of the Prime. This is Tripticon. I don't know if you guys remember Omega Supreme, which that's his nemesis. Eventually I'm going to get Omega Supreme when the time comes. But this is Tripticon. Now, excuse me, this is where the challenge began. I'm about to take him out the box. As you can see, I just took him out the bag. He's still in the box. So I'm going to show you right now. This is the front of the box. This is the side of the box. This is the back of the box. By Hasbro. Right there. I'm going to keep the box because I do love the artwork. This is the other side of the box. This is the bottom of the box. Of course, he's a Decepticon. And this is the front of the box. Because you have the Decepticon logo on it. Now, chances are when I get Omega Supreme, he'll be the opposite. But this thing, I paid $200 for. That's why I'm a Transformer fan. Lucky for me, I paid this in payments. And it took me like 3 months to pay this thing off. I asked about it today, and it was like, oh, we got a Tripticon in the back. I said, well, that's mine. You might as well go get it now because I'm the only one that ordered it. At first, they gave me a little hard time at first, but the manager apologized. So since he apologized, and I had my receipts and everything, I said, well, now you can do a 1-up and sub to this show. So since he subbed to the show, again, shout out goes out to the managers at GameStop. And now the show right now, it's at 965 subscribers. I keep telling everybody, I'm striking fast and hitting hard. This thing right here, this box, got a little weight to it. I say maybe like 6-7 pounds, but I can feel this. Got some weight. So this is my Decepticon. Of course, you know I'm not going to buy a Decepticon without buying an Autobot, and I just picked him up today. He was the only one left in the store. So now, not only you guys going to see one Transformer, you're going to see 2 Transformers. This is Optimus Prime, Lieutenant Second in Command from the studio series. This is Jazz. I've always wanted Jazz, and I finally got Jazz. And on the back, as you can see, you got the G1 illustrated cartoon of Jazz. I think they did pretty good. You know, I'll be transforming him too. And he was the only one in the store. He was $24. And I'm gonna give everybody a quiz. Who played the voice actor of Jazz? In fact, his voice acting goes all the way back to the 1970s. When I mean by the 1970s, I'm talking about back in the age where you had Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. I'll give you a little hint. He also played the voice of Hong Kong Phooey from Hanna-Barbera. And he's a legendary actor, voice actor, and he also been on, thank you, Art in the Dark, shout out goes out to you, give me a sub to the show. And he also been on a couple of episodes as one of, on Sanford Son, as one of Fred G. Sanford's one of his friends. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to figure out who is the voice actor of Jazz. I've already gave you a hint. Okay, he was around in the 1970s, and he also played the voice of Hong Kong Phooey by Hanna-Barbera. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. Please come up with the answer. If not, I'll give you the answer anyway. But I like Jazz. I've always, now don't get me wrong, Prime gonna always be my overall favorite. Always have. But Prime can't be Prime without his lieutenant. Okay, even though every Autobot has a different rank. Optimus Prime, he's the commander. Bumblebee is his best scout and tactical expert. Jazz is his lieutenant. Ironhide, that's his weapon expert. Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you guys 1 more minute on who plays the voice of Jazz. That is correct, Scatman Crothers. That's right. He plays the voice of Jazz. Autobots, start your engines. He plays the voice of Jazz. He also played the voice of Hong Kong Phooey, and he was also on an episode of Fred G. Sanford's Son maybe once but twice. And I think him and Shady Grady and all of them was, I remember that episode when they was all playing cards, and then, you know, and Red Fox and Scatman Crothers and Shady Grady, they was all jiving, talking about cards, trying to beat each other and all that. I remember that episode. I remember that episode real well. I think I was like 15 or 16. That's how good. I told you, I got a lot of movie knowledge, a lot of history in my head. I can't forget stuff like that because I was born in '65, so I'm pretty much got an idea of what I'm talking about. But he plays the voice of Jazz. Now, I want to transform this one first, but I feel I need to give myself a challenge. So we're going to put Jazz on the table. But I'm going to show this to everybody one more time. If you look up real closely, in the upper left-hand corner, you see the cartoon G1 illustrated of Jazz. And that's how he looks. And yeah, I love the paint. I love the paint job on it. It looks amazing. I'll transform him in a minute. But the real guy is this big boy right here, which I'm about to get my knife out right now and take him out of the box. Okay. As soon as I find, my knife is right here. Now, I'll give another person a hint on who plays the voice of Triptychon. Who plays the voice of Triptychon? I'll give you guys a hint. He also played the voice, and he's a very legendary voice actor, been around for years. He plays the voice of Slimer from Ghostbusters. He also plays the voice of Fred from Scooby-Doo. He also, and I'm this gonna be too easy for you to answer. He also played the voice of Megatron. And he also played the voice of this guy I'm about to take out this box right now. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. So far, Prince Unique got the first one right. And not to mention, he's also does team voice acting work with the legendary Peter Cullens throughout the whole Transformer universe. And not to mention, he's also, along with Peter Cullens, he's also in the Transformer Hall of Fame alongside of. But he definitely played the voice of this character right here. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to guess it out before I open up this box. Give up? Okay. I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. The voice for those characters I just mentioned, time's up, is Frank Welker. He is the legendary voice actor of Megatron, Slimer, okay, Tripticon, Fred from Scooby-Doo, you name it. I know in the earlier seasons of G1, he did do the voice of this guy right here, which I'm about to take out of this very box right now. And that's what I'm going to do for now. Now, for every Transformer I get, before I open it, I'm going to see if y'all can guess the voice actors of these guys. Now, someday I would like to get the Transformer that's by Robertson that you can order, that can transform on his own. I'm going to have to save up some money for that. That's going to cost me like $1,000. But for now, this is like the first time I've ever got this thing. I always wanted one of these when I was a kid. But now since that Hasbro is back on top of the hill and they doing reissues of these, so now I got a second chance at life. And I can literally say that to finally get some of the things I really want, even at my age. We're going to take this big boy out the box right now. So I have a Decepticon and I have an Autobot. Now look how small this box is compared to this big guy in here. And now, without further delay, let's get him out. Let's get him out. Let's see what he can, first of all, I got to transform. What series is he from again? Tripticon? Tripticon is from Generation, he's from Generation 1. I think he's part of season, he came along around Omega Supreme around the time, so I think he's around either season 2 or 3. But I know he's one of the first. In fact, him and Omega Supreme, he's an Autobot Guardian, and they're like the two biggest rivals. So next I'll have to get an Omega Supreme later. And he's the Tripticon turns into 3 things. Right now I'm just gonna turn him into his dinosaur mode. He turns into a Decepticon defense base. He turns into a Decepticon weapon station. But his biggest transformer of all, he turns into a big dinosaur, a big huge T-Rex. That's why this box is so big, because I'm about to do some work, put this guy together. So you're about to see it live on What's New, DCN Presents Power Players, Thursday afternoon, May 15, 2025. Okay, shout out goes out to Company of Learning. I got Tripticon, and I have my boy Jazz. Jazz, we'll take him out later. And see the back of Jazz. Brad Garrett, yes, that's right, he also played the voice of Tripticon after season 3. I forgot about that. Yep, that's right. But I think in season 2 it was Megatron. I remember it was Megatron and then later, Brad Garrett, he's a guy who played on Everyone Loves Raymond. Yeah, he took over after either season 2 or 3. So we're both right. But yep, you got me. But you're right. So we said enough. Let's get old Tripticon out of this box. Okay. And for the record, I'm not getting rid of this box because I paid $200 for this thing. So, I mean, he came in the box I'm keeping the box. Same with this guy. He came in the box. I'm keeping the box because of two things. One, I like the artwork on the box, and two, because I'm a collector, and three, someday it might be worth a lot of money. Mario C, the dude, good day. What's up? What's up? I'm gonna tell you what's up in the next couple of minutes on my What's New. I'm about to take this big guy and this little guy. I'm gonna take this Decepticon and this Autobot out the box and see if I can transform both of them. But right now, this little guy, Jazz, you going over to the side. Time to bust out the heavy artillery. Let's get this big guy out the box. And I gotta take my time because I don't want to damage the box. I don't want to damage the product that's inside the box. So, and this thing right now, I'm telling you right now, this thing is expensive. Because it took me 3 months to pay him off. Lucky for me, I got it from GameStop, and I did a payment plan, so I paid it off, week by week, month by month. This thing right now, with tax and all, costs $225. That's with tax included. I just got this one today. This is $25, but since I have some GameStop coupons, I saved $3, so I paid $22 for it. So it was worth the steal. I said enough about this guy. I'm ready to see what he looks like. So enough is enough. Let's take him out the box right now. First of all, they got him sealed up pretty tight in here. Jesus, oh man, this thing is tight. Oh man. So we're gonna put this box under the table for now so I won't lose it. And like always, you have the little warranty, which I ain't gonna let nothing happen to it. And you have the instruction manual. Look how long it's gonna take me to transform this damn thing. And if you can see right here, he turns into, let me just shorten it down so everybody can see a little bit better. Right here, this is what he turned into. He turned into 3 different things. He turns into a Decepticon defense station. He turns into a Decepticon vehicle. And he also turns into a Decepticon Tripticon, the T-Rex. Right now, I'm trying to turn him into his dinosaur mode. Okay. That's all I'm trying to do. Yep. All right. Now that he's out the box, whew, I got my work cut out for me. So right now, yeah, this is I got a lot of work to do. Here he is, still strapped down in the box. I haven't even took the straps off of him. This is Tripticon. Right now he's strapped down in the box. So now I'm gonna have to take all these parts out the box, look at the instructions on how to put this thing together in robot mode. Just T-Rex robot mode. I ain't worried about the base and the weapons and all that, the weapon vehicle and all that. That impressed me, but it doesn't impress me as its dinosaur mode. Yeah, as you can see the body. I don't know if this is and you can see the legs and down here where my hand is at right there. You can see his face right there. Again, I got a lot of work to do. All right. Now, and I think the old Tripticon run on batteries. And if I can't get this thing together, I'm gonna cheat and go on YouTube and put it together myself, straight up. Let's see. Yeah, this is a lot of work. All right, so first thing first, let's get these straps off of them. Okay, it's a lot of straps. I think once he's out the box, I'm not putting him back in the box. I'm just gonna leave him in this dinosaur mode. There is a lot of straps. I mean, I'll keep the box. I just won't put them back in the box. It requires batteries. I'm not right now. Let's just get them together. And then if I don't have batteries for it now, maybe on my next show, I will have batteries. So you can see his legs moving, all that. But right now, let's get him fully operational. Let's get them together, basically. And these parts are huge. I've never seen anything like this at all. He's so heavy. This thing is so heavy. It got ropes. There are ropes inside because the plastic on here is so heavy. He is strapped down by ropes. It's like 5 different ropes in here. Right now I'm trying to get one of his legs out. All right. Okay, my guess is this is one of his legs. This is actually one of his legs. And this thing for some people it may look like it is heavy, but it's not this heavy. This weighs maybe like 2 pounds. But this is definitely one of his legs. All right. Now I'm looking at the body. Whoa. And his body is strapped down by ropes. There's like 5, 6 different ropes in here. Now, when I'm cutting now, look to me, always keep a knife on me. Now, next, I'm taking out the body. Now, the body is like the heaviest thing on here. I say the body weighs like, once I get it out, maybe like 6, 8 pounds. That's a lot of parts on his body. Jesus. As you can see, this is the body. For those who may not understand, this is actually the body of Trypticon. There are so many ropes. There are a lot of ropes. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, and as you can see, that's the head right there. See this look at this. This the head. See that? You know, and his legs and stuff goes right here. All right. Okay. So, all right. Okay. And this thing is okay. But as you can see, this is his head. It's got to be his head. If all else fails, I swear to God, I will I will cheat and go on YouTube and put them together the right way. He got so many compartments. This thing has a lot of compartments. Okay. So my guess is, wait a minute. No. Something fell off. What? Something fell off. I'll put that back on there in a minute. Okay, I'm getting complicated right now. So first thing first, we're gonna put him on the floor. Second of all, we're gonna go to YouTube because I don't want to break anything in the process. And we're gonna find out how to put together Age of Prime Triptychon. Okay. Sorry, but I gotta go to YouTube because I paid $200 for this thing. I don't want to take no chances on tearing it up on the first try. So call it cheating. I don't care. It's my stuff. I can do whatever the hell I want. Okay. Transformers Age of Prime Triptychon. Okay, and I'm looking at something right now. No, not that one. That one. Okay. And like YouTube, you got a lot of ad commercials.
This is Age of the Prime's Titan class Triptychon. Though the box doesn't have the artwork of some of the previous Titans, it does look quite nice and I dare say kind of premium. Loving the colours and the artwork underneath. Let's get it open though, as I'm sure you're not here to look at a box. Triptychon is packed like so, and there is a small degree of assembly required. I know this is a big question. Have the hips been fixed as we were told they would be? Well, it sure looks, feels and sounds like it. Now I've got the big boy free from his box, let's get him together. The legs are connected via these one-way T-slots. On my copy I had to rotate the hip joints 180 to be in the correct orientation. Slide the two parts together until you feel...
Okay. First thing first is his hips. Yeah. Okay. His hips. Okay. His hips go one. You don't want to break it either. You definitely don't want to break it. You got to be real careful. All right, let me see some.
A soft click and it's in. Then collapse them down into your desired position. For me, dyno mode. Now position the tail, lift the cannons into a horizontal position, and rotate the head around.
Okay, time out. All right. Okay. Put the cannon up. Yeah, well, lucky for me, I paid $225 for mine. Yes, he is the most yeah, you think? Yeah, he is the most expensive one of all. Yes, he is. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard turning it's hard turning his head around because first of all, you got like these. It's a certain way you got to turn his head around. You got to bring his head down, and then you got to bring the cannons up, all the way up, and then you got to counterclockwise from right back all the way around to the right again. Like, see, like this, and then you got to like hold on to the cannons, but at the same time keep the head facing this way, because you don't want to break the cannons. So you got to do it like this with both hands. And now you got the front. Then you got his jaw open like that. Shut up. Then you put the cannons right there. That's just step one. Now step two, we got this, we got this, we got this. Now step three is putting his legs on. That's going to be the challenge. That is going to be the challenge. And this little chest piece come off. This little chest piece also turned into a transformer, which I'm not about to do that right now. That's way too much work. So for now, because that's his chest, we're gonna disconnect his chest back, lock that in like that, do this like this, do that like that. You know who? Okay, that's a good question. Godzilla, he kind of puts you in the mind of, and I'm glad you brought up Godzilla. He puts you in the mind of, I'm gonna use a good definition. He's like space and Mechagodzilla combined. If you put space and Mechagodzilla combined, you get, and this is just my definition, you get Trypticon. Okay? And right now the hard part is getting these legs on, because there's a certain way these legs gotta go on. You just can't just throw them on any kind of way. Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna get them together. See, if you open up his mouth, he got weapons everywhere. His chest is a weapon. His tongue, if you see his tongue right there, that's a weapon. Shoulder cannons, weapons. He's for a dinosaur. He is totally 100% weaponized. So he got it. Like I said, he got what you need for real. But now it's a matter of getting him out the box. So, all right. So this leg, I guess, goes on because he got those inverted feet. This is the hard part. Okay. So if it doesn't go on this side, I gotta pull the canvas back up. It has to go all right, I almost got his legs on it. I gotta look at the video again because the video's saying one thing. It's saying another. Uh-oh. Put that up like that. Okay, the video's saying one thing, but his body's saying another. Let me see something. Because if he's walking, he should be walking. He is humongous, 915 feet tall in the series. Yeah, he is definitely. You doing some research? I'm proud of you. Yeah, he is definitely a beast for real. I'm just trying to figure out how to put his legs on. Once I put his legs on, I'm good. That's the only downside, getting these legs on, because you got to think one goes here. Not unless see, but I don't want to break it by putting it in there. Because there's a certain way his legs has to lock in. And I'm not going to lie, out of all the Transformers, he might be the most expensive, but at the same time, he's about the most hardest to put in because you got to put his hips in.
It's looking beautiful in these new colours. Triptychon is looking required. I know this is a big question. Have the hips been fixed as we were told they would be? Well, it sure looks, feels and sounds like it. Now I've got the big boy free from his box. Let's get him together. The legs are connected via these one-way T-slots. On my copy I had to rotate the hip joints 180 to be in the correct orientation. Slide the two parts together.
Okay. Ow. See, I don't want to break his legs. That's the thing. That's the thing, because again, let me look at the video one more time. There's a certain way those legs got to go in so they can lock in when he's standing up.
Until you feel a soft click and it's in. Then collapse them down into your desired position. For me, dyno mode. Now position the tail, lift it.
Okay. Alright. Judging from it looks, because they gotta see. Alright, you know what we're gonna do, because we don't want to put the wrong leg in. We're gonna put that one down. You just have to make life difficult for me, don't you? Okay. Maybe if I pull the other leg out, maybe I got an idea what's going on. Let me show you something. See all these ropes and stuff in here? I mean, bad enough he was hard enough just getting out of the box. Putting them together, I'm not gonna lie, of every Transformer, he's about the most challenging one, because you're doing extra work. Because not only do you have to put them together, you got to make sure he's transformed properly as you put them together. So right now it's just getting those legs on, because they got to go on a certain way, because there's so many components on him. You don't want to break the wrong thing, and I'm like, damn, now I'm out of $225. So no, screw that. If it takes me all day until I get him right at the end of this show, so be it. See, Jazz, I got an idea how to do Jazz, but this guy, it's a lot of ropes. I'm not gonna lie, it's like, Jesus, a lot of ropes. When I say it's a lot of ropes, I'm not kidding you. It's a lot of damn ropes. Because if you look closely, the legs, I'm just idealing it. The legs should go something like, first of all, let me put this box down for a minute. He's like one of them old school wind-up toys where, if I'm not mistaken, the legs should go something like this. It should go something like this. And as he walk, he should do something like this. You know what I mean? He should do something like this. And right now, I'm glad I got the legs out. But at the same time, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put these legs on him. That's the challenging part. He making me work. Now I gotta take my watch off. He making me work. And to all my 110 viewers that's watching this show, thank you so very much. Right now, I am really trying to assemble Transformers Age of Prime Decepticon Tripticon in his dinosaur mode, because as you can see, you know, he got 3 modes, and right now I'm not worried about the one on the left, I'm not worried about the one on the right, I'm more worried about the one in the middle, and that's Tripticon. Happy Table said fine gaming, audio mixer, streaming, RBG, PC, interface, in the bit. Okay, shout out goes out to him. Happy Gamer, thank you so. Happy Table, I apologize. Shout out goes out to him. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. It's just, whoo, this is a lot of work. This is a lot of work. Yeah, man. Right now, I'm putting together this Tripticon, and this is not, and I'll tell anybody, this ain't an easy task. You know. See, you can see his little claws, his little head, you know. And he's just one of my Transformers. I'm not even done yet. Hell, I haven't even took Jazz out the box yet. So now I gotta find out what leg goes on here. Then you got this little chest plate. You take this off his chest, and this becomes a Transformer. I don't want to transform this thing right now. It's too much work. So you gotta push this down on his chest, lock that panel in. Now stuck to his chest. I'm gonna figure him out. It's the legs. It's something in the legs I got to do to get him working. Okay. I'm pretty sure, because if he walks, he's gonna be facing. Shut up. See, either way, be still. All right, time. All right, I'm getting there. This is some work. You know what? Stay still. See, it's like it's some little slots that goes in between the leg department, but there's a certain way. See, this when it gets tricky. There's a certain way that the legs get locked in, and they have to lock in order for him to stand. They gotta lock in, because if you don't lock these legs in a certain way, then he ain't gonna stand upright. It is. I think the most complicated thing about him is these legs, because again, I paid $225 for this thing, and you do not want to break it. You really, really do not want to break this thing. Seriously, you don't at all for anything. All right, yeah. Because there's so many. It's not like he's Grimlock, you know. He's way, and trust me when I tell you this, he is way harder than Grimlock, a whole lot harder than Grimlock. Because let me show you something. I'm just gonna flip him on the side for a minute. Okay, first we're gonna take this. We're gonna take this leg. Well, the leg is gonna stay off anyway. All right. See where this little? You see where this little blue part is sticking at? You see where this little latch is at right here? Now, this gonna sound crazy as hell, but I'm gonna move his arm out for a minute. But that hip gotta lock onto this and this in order for him to stand. See, because it's a little groove right there, and it slides over. That's just half of the situation. And then you have this little tiny little sky blue tooth. That's like the locking mechanism. to keep this thing from not falling down. So it's like it's a two-part procedure. But what makes it so tricky, and I'm trying to pull this trick off, you have to, they both have to lock, all that have to lock in, what's the word I'm looking for? Everything has to lock in simultaneously in order for him to stand. Because I guarantee you, once I finally put this thing together, he is not going back into that box. I'll keep the box, but he definitely ain't going back in there. So it's just locking him in. Just found this out. This is the button. I don't know if you see that thing moving. This is the button for the locking mechanism. So now I gotta put my brain together. Now, once I find the locking mechanism on this thing, then there's a chance I might can get it on. So there is a locking mechanism. I'm trying to find out where the hell is it. See, because the legs, they can go out like this, and then you got these things right here. Let me see some. Which leg is this? This is this leg. I'm gonna get it right. It might take me a hot minute, but I'm gonna get it right. Let me see something. Let's put them like this. Okay, we're gonna push this down, bring that up, push that up, bring that in, push this in. You know, get his claws ready. Okay, now we're gonna. I know I'm putting on a show today, boy. That's the hardest part, getting these damn legs on. No trip to kite. Raise your arm all the way up. Because this, see now this part got to go down, but this, because you don't want to break the hinges on here. See, that's the downside. You don't want to break the hinges. Alright, put them down for a minute. I don't want to get frustrated to the point, nah, I done broke them. Can't have that. That ain't, not on this planet. Let me see something. Because if I see the video, I kind of got an idea.
Position.
Can you tell what which app is to trap? Google Playcam. Download apps, not traps.
What's this? What are you doing?
And rotate the head around.
How the hell he put the...
Tripticon is looking
Okay,
beautiful in these new
first of
colours.
all, he did that too
Fully
damn
required.
fast.
I know this is a big question. Have the hips
You know what?
fixed?
I'm gonna find another video. I mean,
Well, it sure looks, feels, and
he's
sounds
doing
like
it so
Now,
fast. I'm not really taking the time out to see how he did it so damn fast. I mean, he did that thing fast. I'm gonna find another video. If not, I have to go back to the first one. It's just getting his legs on.
Alright, so starting up on the head, we have that nice orange plastic.
You know what? He's not. It's not the fact he's tricky. It's the fact that. Okay, I take that back. He is tricky, but again, it's like you have to transform, and you have to put. You really have to put some work in to make sure that whatever it is you transform it in, you don't want to break. If that makes any sense, you want to transform, but at the same time, you don't want to break them. Okay. And at $225, I don't want to break them. I don't care if it takes me to the end of this show. If not, I can always do another show later. But I'm like, I done came this far. I got more viewers. I'm not in no rush. I don't think I'm going anywhere. I just want to get it done right. And this guy, I don't know how he did. I'm just looking at a YouTube video right now. He got him done in under 8 minutes.
Sounds like it.
I figure if he can do it, I know I can do it.
Let's get him together. The legs are connected via these one-way T-slots. On my copy, I had to rotate the hip joints 180 to be in the correct orientation. Slide the two parts together.
He said, turn the hips 180. That's what I'm trying to do. All right, out. Out. 180. That's what I'm trying to do. Which I thought that's what I was trying to do. But see, but it's supposed to, because you got this. Because if it don't lock in a certain way, again, it ain't gonna go in. Put you back on the floor. Okay.
Until you feel a soft click and it's in. Then collapse them down into your desired position. For me, dyno mode. Now position the tail.
Oh, hold on, wait. How the hell he did that?
Box, let's get him together. The legs are connected via these one-way T-slots. On my copy, I had to rotate the hip joints 180 to be in the correct orientation. Slide the two parts.
Get his ass right. Okay. That's the way I had it the last time. I mean, he's a challenge. I don't care what anybody say, he is a challenge for real. Seem the easiest thing is the most complicated thing to be? Yeah, it is. But see, like I said, once that leg is on, that's it. You know, I ain't planning on taking these legs off of them. That's crazy. Because it should be able to go on there. See, what they should have did, you know, back in the days when they had those model kits where everything was numbered and it had like A1 or B2 or C3. That's what they should have did with him. They should have put some kind of, you know, a model, you know, identification number on it so it'd be easier to build. But it's just getting them on there.
This is the Prime's Titan class Triptychon. Though the box doesn't have the artwork of some of the previous Titans, it does look quite nice and I dare say kind of premium. Loving the colours and the artwork underneath. Let's get it open though, as I'm sure you're not here to look at a box. Triptychon is packed like so, and there is a small degree of assembly required.
He's about the toughest one ever. I'm not lying.
He's
the toughest.
As we were told they would be. Well, it sure looks, feels and sounds like it. Now I've got the big boy free from his box, let's get him together. The legs are connected via these one-way T-slots. On my copy I had to rotate the hip joints 180 to be in the correct orientation. Slide the two parts together.
Yeah, I'm trying that now. I'm trying everything right now. But at the same time, I don't want to break them either. You know what I mean? I figure if I get the one leg on, the other one shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I'm trying that right now, Hot Wheel. First thing first, speaking of Hot Wheels, I'm gonna take his chest plate off because sometimes when I'm moving around, the chest plate want to keep flipping up because he's not in stand-up position right now. That should go right on there. Come on. That should be the right. That should be. Like I said, they should have labeled these left leg, right leg. You know. That's what they should have did. Because this has to go, it can't go up because you don't want to be, yes, Grimlock was less complicated because his body was split in half. You know, I think the 90% of his body was basically his chest and his tail. Triptychon, the most difficult thing on his body, and at the same time you want to try to overachieve, is his legs. You know, I mean, this thing is like 3 times bigger than a turkey leg right now. I mean, you could F somebody up with this leg. Because I'm going through hell trying to put this leg on here. So it's got to be, it seriously has to be a certain way for everything to lock in simultaneously. You see, in a 180 position, that's what I'm trying to do. But I don't see that. Yeah, he's a 3-in-1. He's definitely a 3-in-1. But the question is, I just want to get him in his main mode. But you don't want to break him in the process either. Because you got a groove here. Okay, now but you don't want to break the hinge as you snapping the leg on there. And I might have to go to another video because I see the release button, all that. Because my guess is this has got to be the right leg. I'm about 1,000% sure on that. But the question is, how do I get the right leg down in order for him to work? And I don't want to break the plastic. All that should go in with ease. All of that. Let me see something. Because that's his knee joint. Should have a push button for the legs. See, okay, there is a push button to release the legs. I see the push button for that. But, alright. Okay, see where his thighs at? See where my fingers is at right here? All this whole thigh, all this muscle, all this here gotta go into this. It's kind of like a puzzle. All this has to go in simultaneously at the exact same time. But at the same time, you don't want to. I'm gonna make it real simple. I'm gonna make this the most simplest thing in the world. You don't want to put a square peg in a round hole. And at the same time, you want to make sure that the square peg goes inside the square, square place. And that's what this is. It's like I'm trying to put a round peg in a square hole. That ain't happening. And I thought Yugi trying to solve the Millennium Puzzle was hard. This is harder because the way he is designed, it's a trip. But I don't want to break anything. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Better yet, flip this up for me. I want to see something. See, okay. See, it's supposed to go in like this. It's supposed to go in just you see how that? Okay, you see this part right here? It's supposed to go in, bam, just like that, exactly like that. But it can't go in like that because you don't want to mess up the leg. Like this part here, bam. See, it will go in like this. See what I'm saying? If that makes sense to anybody. But at the same time, you want to make it to the point where he can get in and out. I don't want to break it. damn sure don't want to break it. Drop the blue protector comes off, or no, you can't take this off, because what's gonna happen, see, like this blue part right here, oh, you can't see it right. If I take this off, the leg will fit in, but it won't lock in after he stands. It just keep coming out. So all this has to go in together, because like I said, again, if I do it like this, I'm just going to show you as an example. If I do it like this, it'll fit in. But ain't nothing to keep it locked in after it's set in. And I ain't trying to break a $200 product. That's just ain't happening. You know. See what I'm saying? It's not going to fit in. And I don't want to be janky with the thing. Trip the car, you got to go on the floor for one more minute, brother. One more minute. Because in a minute, I'm going to go to another video. I'm going to get this thing resolved one way or another. And I'm looking at instructions. I'm figuring out how all this works within the process of elimination. Let's see. I'm going to go through instructions again. Okay. It ain't really telling me much of anything. Okay, from what it looks. Look like the legs go up some kind of way. Damn. God, you is heavy. Y'all don't think this plastic is heavy? After a while, really fighting with this thing, seriously, it really becomes heavy. Because see, to go in something like that. I swear I don't want to break this thing. Because in a minute, I'm going to go to another video. I'm going to get him on there. See, because you don't want to... See, all this plastic, even some of this stuff in here is still sensitive. Like I said, you can still bend the knees and all that. You know, just... there we go. That brings back the memories. Just hearing the clicking sound, you know. It should have fit. Okay. It honestly, it should have fit by now. I don't know if there's other. See, I don't want to pull it out too much. All right, time to go another video. I'm doing all options right now, cause this guy did it in under 8 minutes. Here it is. I've been on this thing almost going on 2 hours, and it shouldn't. Come on now. And I ain't trying to be on here for no hour trying to get this thing together. Okay. I'm gonna find another video. I'm gonna find another video. Transform. Okay. Now I'm looking at a different video. How to transform them. Let's try this one, cause that other guy, he did it so fast. I'm like, damn, dude.
I use new secret whole body sensitive deodorant. Step, I like to start off with the simple steps.
Okay, to the people of Hasbro that makes the Transformers, and you know, if y'all making videos, I'm gonna say this for the near foreseeable future. If you make a video on a Transformer toy, please do two things. One, explain everything what you're doing, and two, have a slow-mo option on there. Put it in slow motion, so that way that'll give me a second chance to see how you guys do it. So you explain it, that's fine. Number two, put it in slow motion. You know, especially some of the important parts like the legs. I mean, pretty much everything, you know, but put it in slow motion. That helps. But now I went to another video. Okay, they showing me how to put this guy together, which I'm not worried about him right now.
To like a sitting position, and then we're gonna push it off to the side. And what we can do then is we can take this back piece here and rotate it up, and then on the side here and on this side there are tabs that are gonna slide into the slot. That is, see if I can show that off right there. There's a slot there, and on that side there's a slot as well. So basically, you want to push these arms up. Make sure that they stay straight with everything else. So
this little thing turns into a robot. I don't want to do that right now. That's
what you want to do. Is you want to split the legs, take his cock piece, I guess, and undo it, because that is needed for later stuff. Anyway, then what you want to do is you want to rotate him around, take the legs and open up the back of the legs, and then afterwards rotate this whole piece around and just slide it into place. Just rotate it around and just get it into place. Combine a war style. And then what you want to do is you want to take these pieces here and rotate them in. And then finally what you want to do in order to hide away against the this stuff, you want to take this and just like push it over. And to finish off the bad boy, what you want to do is, this is actually kind of difficult for me to show off. I need to open up one of you and rotate you around, if at all possible. Thank you. Because I want to open up this back piece here. Now we can close you back up. Because then in here you can sit the big boy himself as well. There you go. Close him back up. Sit him down, and here we have him in his, what is that even supposed to be, vehicle mode. So let's bring Tripticon in. Alright, here we go. The problematic man. Also, I'm going to start off by closing that up. So let's get this guy into his first of 2 modes.
No. I don't want to see the first of his 2 modes. I want to see him in his Dinobot mode. That's it. Okay, we got another video. He's doing too much.
What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot, and today we have in front of you the
Okay. I'm not really getting what I want right now.
There is some purple paint right there. What's up, YouTube fans?
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm trying my best to get them together. It's just this is a lot of work, and at the same time, I don't want to break him. They're showing the unboxing of him. Guess I have to go back to the first video because
parts together until you feel a soft click and it's in. Then collapse them down into your...
Just show me how to put his legs on.
Required. I know this is a big question. Have the hips been fixed as we were told they would be? Well, it sure looks, feels and sounds like it. Now I've got the big boy free from his box. Let's get him together. The legs are connected via these one-way T-slots. On my copy I had to rotate the hip joints 180 to be in the correct orientation. Slide the 2 parts together until you feel a soft click and it's in. Then collapse them down into your desired position. For me, dyno mode. Now
for you. Yeah, that opens up too. Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. Out of all the Transformers, he is the hardest. And when I finally figure him out, I'm gonna leave him just the way he is. Straight up. Once I finally figure him out, it's just putting on his damn legs. But at the same time, I don't want to break him in the process either. Because this is supposed to like slide right. It's supposed to, because you got this. Okay, let me show you something for those who trying to, try to bear with me. You see this right here? This little tooth on the side of this little tooth. You got these sliding ridges, and they slide right in. The sliding part ain't no problem, but when you push everything down like this, I'll just show you from my example. Like this, slides in, no problem. That's supposed to go like that. Now, here's where it gets complicated. This supposed to like go all the way in. all the way in. But for some reason, when I get to the sliding tooth, hold it, wait a minute. Uh-huh. Yeah. Take that. Do you like that? Do you like that? Got me. Finally, I got one leg in. After an hour and 31 minutes, I finally got one leg in. Whew. About time. Whew. That ain't easy, man. That is not easy. See, I haven't even got to the tail yet. Because you don't want to break. I'm just adding a little pressure to it so it won't go out. All right, that's in. Now let's try to get the. That's the. Yep, that's the left. That's the From his view, that'll be the right leg. Let's try to get the left leg in. Then once I figure out the tail, the tail shouldn't be too complicated. Let's hope not. Woo! I called hell putting that leg on. Now I'm about to go through hell again. Almost. I gotta. Get over there. Okay. All right. Okay. After almost 2 hours, I finally got his leg on. Now, don't go, son of a bitch. Because once I get his tail in, he should be good to go. Once I figured now, the legs was, man, that's you talk about hell to pay. The legs were hell. And I put him in a fetal position because I ain't trying to move him no other place else. So as you can see, legs are finally in after almost an hour and 36 minutes. That was hell. And I'm glad I did this video, because if somebody go through what I went through, at least they got an idea. Now, you know, this ain't no Voltron. And I formed the head. No, hell, I have to form legs on him. That ain't easy. Now, let's get to, hopefully not the least of my problem, fixing his tail.
Position the tail, lift the cannons into horizontal position, and rotate the head around. Trypticon is looking beautiful in these new colours. Solid black, a nice saturated pinky purple, and a lovely turquoise.
Okay. Let me see him from side view. Okay. Because he got to stand up. Ha 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 ha. Hey 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 hey. Hey, Rocky boy. All right. Hey. I bought you. You didn't buy me. I bought you. Okay. And there was something that goes on there. I think that's it. Don't. Okay, everybody. Let's get them. Let's straighten them out. Everybody, after an hour 38 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, I present you from Chicago to the world, Trypticon from the Transformers. There he is, in all his glory. I caught hell putting these legs on, and I ain't gonna lie. As you can see, all this opened up. You can move the arms. You can bend the knees. Oh yeah, this little compartment comes out, but you can just close that up. I ain't worried about that. And as you can see, there he is, Trypticon in all of his glory. Now I'm telling everybody right now, the hardest part is the damn legs. You're gonna catch hell putting these legs in, so there's a certain way you have to put it in. You got to make sure everything is pushed back accordingly. The way I figured it out, again, there's a certain way you got to straighten these legs out. I think you got to go in a 180 position. Like I said, the head, like I said, the head wasn't too complicated. This comes off like that, so I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about any of that. You know, because you can just snap that on, and then you got his claws. It's just the leg. No, this is his tail. That's as far as it goes. That is his tail. You know, see, it inverts in like this, but then you gotta push all the way up, and it don't go any farther than that. No, because this here, this blocking it, this little lip. Nope. Now, I guess once it's in base mode, then I guess everything drives up out of that. But yeah, but this is Trip the Card. After an hour 41 minutes, this is how he look. This is how he look. This is how he look. This came off of him, but I'm gonna put it back in the box so I won't lose it. But I know it goes on him somewhere. But in any case, he is in all his glory, and he is ready. So now we're gonna put Trip the Card on the floor right now. I don't think it runs on batteries because I don't see any switches or any moving parts or anything. So I'm looking right now. I don't think this one is battery operated. Even though it ain't battery operated, it still looks cool. This one is just fully, it's just posable, that's all. This doesn't, and I checked the box, I checked everything. It doesn't run on batteries, unfortunately. And I'm sorry that it doesn't, but for what it's worth, he makes a great piece. He makes a great centerpiece to your collection. But even though he's still fully posable. So now we're gonna put Trip the Card. This thing. Now that I put them together, I do not want to put them back in the box. That's too much work. And he's like the hardest thing I've ever put together. So for now, you going on the floor. And I gotta admit, he stands pretty good. He's about like that high. I'm just showing you as an example. So Trip the Card is together. This little piece here, it goes on him somewhere, so just to play it safe, I'm going to put this little piece back in the box, and then later I'll find out where this goes. But for now, just to play it safe, I might just do the slick roll. Open this panel up. We'll put it in this panel for now. That's smart. So Trip the Cards together. Okay, if everybody left the show, I don't care. I'm just glad everybody stick around and saw it. Alright. So now that we got Trip the Card together, that wasn't easy, but I got them together. Now I got to take a Slim Jim behind that. Okay, now we got one more Transformer that is not as difficult as this guy, and that's Autobot Jazz. So we don't want to waste no more time. So I have a few Optimus Prime Transformers, yeah. And for those 99 viewers that came in on the show watching everything, thank you very much. Sorry it took longer than ever. It's just that that's my first time ever transforming something that big. And I got to admit, he was hard. Just getting his legs on. Trust me. So some people it may look easy. It's not easy. Yeah. Now this is going to be a little less easy. You know. Because it's jazz. It's jazz. And as you can see, got the little instructions. I got jazz instructions right here. You know, we're gonna fold up the screen right quick. That's jazz. Okay. Lucky for me, we got a little couple of straps to take them apart. So we're gonna do like this. And it got these little, I hate when they got these little things on here. Yeah. You figure for $200 he should have ran on batteries. But that's okay though. I'm not gonna trip because he's still worth having. You know what I mean? So the Autobot Transformers have 5 of them. Yeah. And again, to my viewers, I'm sorry if it took me so long, but you got to understand from my point of view, this is my first time even owning this thing. This is my first time even taking them out the box. You know, he got me frustrated at first because I'm like, I'm doing everything right. How come he ain't being locked in? Then after working like crazy to get this thing running, it's finally transformed. Now, again, the only downside, I hate that it don't run on batteries. But I'm glad he was worth it. And right now, I'm going to take this little wrapping paper off. This is Jazz Ion Blaster. That belongs to Jazz. And as you can see, I'm trying to get Jazz out this package right now. So bear with me for a couple of minutes because, you know, he got some cool stuff going on with him too. And we have the Autobot Lieutenant Commander, Jazz. Alright. Now, I do love the color scheme. The color scheme is amazing. It really is. And I like the fact that you got this little ion blaster that we're going to put inside of his hand, which I think it slides on like that. And he has this little ion blaster. I'm going to do something really funny right quick before I transform into his car mode. Let's pick up Trip the Car. Let's even put this thing in his mouth. Yep. Got him in his mouth. I got him in his mouth. That's funny. That is funny. Trip the Car is chewing Jazz in half. That's funny. I figure I went through all this work trying to put this thing together. The least I can do, let me get a little humor out of it. So yeah, so first thing first, we're gonna put Trip the Car on the floor where you belong, cause you's a lot of work. So now quit chomping on Jazz. So, but this is Jazz, okay, and on the back you got his racing stripes. The wheels are made of hard plastic. The color decal looks amazing. I like his paint job. I do like the baby blue headlights. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit closer. Got the baby blue headlights. You have the Autobot insignia, his ionic blaster, number 14 racing stripes on the back. Okay, he's fully bendable. I do like the bendability in this thing. Okay, what else? He can raise his arms up and down. Okay, I like the fact. The only thing I hate, you can't turn his head. That's the only thing, and I just did it just now. Nope. His head doesn't turn, but his head goes up and down. It does go up and down like that. Okay. In the next 2 minutes, we're going to transform Lieutenant Jazz of the Autobots of the Transformers. But I'm glad we got Trip the Car together. So give me a couple of minutes. I got to do a couple of things. And I'll be right back. First thing first, I got to throw away all this rope. Jesus, man, there's a lot of rope in here, which I'm about to throw away right now. See, this is the plastic mold it came in. So first thing first, we're going to throw away all this rubber. And for the near foreseeable future, he is not going back in this box. I will say this. Now, when it's time for me to move on, then I have to, now, if I have to move, I will have to put him back in the box. But for now, hell no. He's definitely, oh, there's no way. I'm not putting him back in the box anytime soon. But you figure for that price, he was worth it, but I'm just disappointed because he should have been battery operated where he could be at least be able to walk. But then again, I might have to read the instructions some more. Who knows? So let me take a little. Let me just throw this away, and then when I come back, I will transform Jazz, and we can end our show. Are you? Come on. It ain't one thing, it's another. There we go. Alright guys, give me a couple of minutes, and when I come back, I will transform Jazz, and we're going to end our show. And again, sorry for the inconvenience, sorry for the time. It's just, again, out of all the Transformers, he's like the hardest one, straight up. Right now, we're going to do something right quick. Little robot buddy, we're going to break. I got to throw this away, and then I'll be back. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Have to give me something to sip on. Yes, I'm drinking out of my Optimus Prime cup. Got me working so hard. I have to get something to drink. God. Did I needed that? Okay, we're gonna wrap this show up, but before we do, I just want to check out a couple things right quick. But now, just want to see how many subscribers we got right now. We're still at 965 subscribers. Come on, guys. We need more subscribers, man. Seriously, man. I had to work today on this one. But let's get Jazz out the way. And let's end this show. Let's see if we can transform Jazz. Jazz shouldn't be too complicated. Oh, I'm sorry. I spelled that wrong. All right. I think I see a video that's suitable. Let's try this video. No, that's not the same Jazz. I thought it was him, but that's not him. Okay. Okay, Transformers Studio Series. Okay, I'm sorry. That was the wrong video. Okay, all right. Now I know what to do. Okay, I think I found them.
With Geico, we can easily bundle home and car insurance and save you.
Because they made more than one different Jazz.
There's too much hot sauce, is there? I have a sensitive palate.
I actually like hot sauce.
How about guacamole?
You should have ran on batteries. But I ain't gonna trip, you know.
With Geico.
Welcome back to the channel. In today's review, thanks to the team over at Zavi, we're going to be taking an early look at the upcoming Transformers Studio Series 86 movie Deluxe Class Jazz. Now, if you're on the market for picking Jazz or any of the other 86 Studio Series figures up, then I will of course leave a pre-order link down in the description box below where you can pre-order these figures and of course add them to your collection. Starting off here firstly by taking a look at the packaging, you can see that we have a fantastic window view display of Jazz with his accessory on clear display. I absolutely love the artwork for Jazz here. You can see that in my opinion he looks terrific. We have the astonishing Transformers movie 86 logo there, Autobot Jazz Studio Series. As we take a look here at the side of the packaging, we have a close-up image of the character himself with the numbering of 8601. The 86 movie figures do appear to be a subline within the Studio Series, so all of them will be 8601, 8602, so no matter which figure you pick up, you will of course always get 86 as the main number. As we take a look here at the back of the packaging, we have an awesome image of him in both robot mode as well as vehicle mode, as well as a very brief bio. Autobot Jazz makes a futile escape as Unicron devours Moon Base 1. And as we take a look here at the other side of the packaging, once again we have a really awesome image of Jazz with that 86 numbering. Out of all of these 86 movie figures, Jazz here was for sure the one that I was most looking forward to, as I know many of you are, as he's really one of the characters that we have wanted
yes,
so
this is like
badly
the
from
86
our
version of
Cybertron trilogy.
Jazz.
However, he is now finally making his debut in the Studio Series line. So without further ado, let's crack him open and see what awaits us inside. Taking a look here at the included diorama, it is of course that of Moonbase 1, as this is where we primarily see Jazz throughout the majority of the movie.
This ain't
Just
the
giving you a
Moonbase.
very
This is
quick
something
rundown
different.
of this, you can see that very similarly to some of the live action movies, we do of course get the logo here on the base, as well as 8601 as the numbering, and of course Transformers Studio Series. Out of all of the backdrops to be released for these 86 movie figures, I for sure do believe that this one here is my personal favourite. I just absolutely love the colour palette as well as the overall design, and bringing both Jazz and of course Cliffjumper here into the equation, I think that this perfectly captures the appearance from the movie, where both of them do realise that Unicron is fastly approaching to devour their base. And so taking a look here at Jazz in his robot mode, it truly does seem as if though it has taken an eternity
I'm gonna use Triptychon to hold the paper for me.
more G1
More
accurate
clever.
representation of the character into our collections. The last time I believe we saw this character was in the Power of the Primes line, and personally to me, I did not think that that figure looked all that great whatsoever. Upon comparing this new Studio Series 86 version to that of his on-screen character model, I honestly do believe that Hasbro and Takara Tomy have done a fantastic job in
I'm
basically
about to transform in a minute. That's why I'm doing a video, checking out a video right now.
down to the tiny little circular sections that we do get on Jazz's blaster. I think that robot mode proportions as well as details are all fantastic. Taking a look here at the details, you can see that in terms of Jazz's head sculpt, I really do believe that the sculpt is incredibly crisp and precise. We've got an amazing metallic silver there for the main faceplate, and the mouth and the nose can clearly be seen. I'm a huge fan of the colour of baby blue paint that they've used for the visor, and the actual sculpt work to the main helmet, in my opinion, has come out really nicely. Unfortunately for me, I do have a slight moulding defect. However, it's nothing that I'll be losing sleep about, and as we take a look here towards the back of the head, you can once again see that the surface detailing does of course continue. Whilst on the topic of the back, you may notice that they have opted to go for animation accuracy than as opposed to toy accuracy, which in my opinion, I have no issue with this whatsoever, as of course the Studio Series line sets out to give you the best representations of
In a minute, I'm about to transform Jazz.
and not necessarily in terms of their toys. There is no real way
I've
for you to
already
actually get the door wings to
transform
out to the side unless you
Triptychon.
had to do something which looked along the lines of this. However, in my opinion, I don't think that this here looks all that great whatsoever, especially there from a front perspective. And one thing to note is that the
Even
back
with one
is
arm,
indeed incredibly accurate to what we actually see
he got
in the
some
show
weight
as
to
well.
him.
So that once again does show you that not only are they able to refine the sculpt and better match the character's on-screen appearance, but they're also managing the back kibble, in my opinion, a lot
I like
better than they
videos
have
like
in
these, but
previous
he's
lines.
talking
So
too
take a
much.
look
Just
here
get to the
top
point.
section, you can see that we've got all of this sculpted in surface detailing, as well as the blue and Autoboy insignia paint-ups there at the top. We also do have this red lining around the front bumper, and the headlights have been picked out in that same blue that we saw for the visor, with a metallic silver here for the front grille. As we lift the arm section up, you can see that we've got some fantastic sculpted in detailing actually on the armpit area of Jazz, which is something that I was not expecting whatsoever. As
Yeah,
we
you got
take a
the
look
little
there for the
underthing.
shoulders,
Yeah.
the sculpt work too, it does continue, as so does the sculpt work here.
As soon as he
for the forearm.
finished talking,
And you can
I'm gonna
clearly see all of
transform
the
this
fingers
thing.
individually sculpted in there as well. As we take a look here for the torso, we've got this fantastic metallic silver section with some blue highlights here in order to better match the animation model. And as we take a look here down to the thighs and shins, you can once again see some really nice panel lining detailings, as well as some fantastic silver highlights there for the shins. And then finally here for the feet. One thing to note is that out of all of these 86 movie figures, this one here for sure feels as if though he was a part of the War for Cybertron trilogy, and I say that because he actually has the most hollow spaces on him out of all of the figures in the line. You can see that we do have some hollow gaps here for the arms, but they have indeed detailed the interior, and the same can also be said here for the inner sections of the legs. Personally, for me, I don't necessarily think that it looks all that bad, and it really doesn't detract from the overall awesomeness that this figure does certainly admit. But would have I liked to have seen them perhaps cover some of these areas up? Of course I would. In terms of articulation, we do get a ball joint here at the head, so this can look left to right as well as up and down. It can also tilt side to side as well. We do get a full 360 rotation here at the arm, as well as a hinge joint there out to the sides. We do get a full 360 rotation here at the bicep, as well as a 90-degree bend there at the elbow. Unfortunately, no form of wrist rotation, and once again, this is something that I really do think that they could have put into this figure. We do get a full 360 rotation here at the waist. The legs can kick forwards that far, as well as back to about that far. He can also do the splits to a great degree, and we also do get a very tight swivel here at the thigh. We do get a single joint here at the knee. However, if you disengage the transformation locking mechanism, we can actually get a double bend out of that, which in my opinion is fantastic. And then finally, turning here to the feet, the front toe here can pivot pivot forwards and backwards due to transformation, and we of course do get ankle rocker pivots side to side. So overall, in terms of detail, sculpt work as well as articulation for a deluxe class, I think that it is really well done, and as stated, there is no denying that, at least in my opinion, this is one of the best mainline versions of Jazz that we have ever gotten. In terms of accessories, Jazz does only come with one blaster. However, you can see that the skull work on this particular piece has come out really nicely and definitely does match its on-screen model. You can see that it has been cast in a white plastic with some silver paint decos for the main section of the blaster, and as we take a look here to the opposite side, it is once again very similar to the previous side.
Play some Jazz in a minute. Soon as you get to the point of how to transform
and just snap that in there, and you can see that in terms of proportions, I really do think that that looks fantastic with the character. Or you could take it off here and utilize any of the pegs and store it onto the back. Personally, I don't necessarily like doing this all that much, but it is definitely an option. Here for an Autobot size comparison, we have Deluxe Class Jazz next to some Netflix figures, Siege figures, and of course Earthrise releases. And personally, I think that he scales really nicely with these particular figures. I think that it's fantastic that despite these figures being branded and packaged under the Studio Series lineup,
I'd just be glad when he gets to the point.
Perfect scale with the likes of our War for Cybertron trilogy.
Just
Going into the
transform.
transformation here for Jazz, this
Here
is
we
once
go.
again where I truly do believe that this figure was meant to be packaged under the War for Cybertron brand, as the complexity to the conversion is nowhere near as sophisticated as some of the 86 movie figures. However, that is not to say that the transformation is bad whatsoever. To begin with, you're going to want to take the arms here and just rotate them to the sides, and then of course fold up the fists. We can
Okay, now he's getting to the point. Alright, so first thing first, we gotta turn the fist in. Okay, just like that. Okay, we did that. What's
the
next?
same process here on the opposite side. We can then turn our attention here to this back section, lift this piece up, and then you're just going to want to fold the doors out. I recommend applying...
Okay, we're gonna lift this piece up, and we're gonna fold the doors. Okay, what's next?
some pressure to this white section, which will then allow you to pull this entire piece all the way up.
Okay, then concentrate on the white section, which pull this piece all the way up. Okay, continue.
Just like so. With that now done, we can turn our attention here down to the lower section. You're going to want to compress the toes in and ensure that the ankle rocker joints are completely flush and neutral. We can then take these pieces and you can see that...
Okay. So what we do, we take the feet down. And then we take the feet down. Okay, alright.
This white tab does actually groove in between a black section, so you're going to want to unhook it from this piece and rotate it all the way up until you feel...
Okay. We're going to rotate this all the way up. Rotate this all the way up. Okay. And then we're going to do this like this. Then we're going to do this like this. Okay, then we're going to do this like that. Okay, continue.
So resistance, of course, just lift that section back up. So just rotate this section here all the way around. We can then take the knees and untab them. You can see how we do have this tab that does peg into the slot. So just attach that and fold this all in upon.
Okay. So what we do, we untuck this for a minute and then we're going to do that like that. Aha, there's a ground Monty. Then we're going to do like this. Oh yes, I likes that. Yes. Okay. All right. We halfway getting jazzed there. All right. Okay. We so far so good. Okay. Me like. Okay. What else?
Itself, of course, repeat the exact same process here on the opposite side, and then bring these sections together and snap them in there nice and securely. We can then turn our attention here to the torso. So for this, I recommend rotating this section here around. You're then going...
Okay, so we're going to take this section. First of all, we're going to hold these two like this. Then we're going to take this section and we're going to do a 360 like that. I think that's what he said. Okay, all right. Then we keep going.
You want to take this piece and lift this section up. Whilst you do that, you're then going to want to bring this piece here and fold this in.
Okay. So what we do, we take this piece all the way up. Okay, we take this piece all the way. Okay, so we're going to take this piece all the way up. Alright. Gets a little tricky. see. Did I do this right? Let's see something. I think I did this right. Let me see something. No, we do this. Twist this like this. Okay. Okay. Because we got this part right. Yeah, I do. I finally got them together. Yep. Now I'm trying to transform Jazz. Oh. They made them real stiff. Good news and bad news. The bad news is I caught hell putting these things together, especially the legs, and it don't run on batteries. The good news is I'm going to leave him just the way he is, and I'm going to keep the box. There we go. And I'm putting him back on the floor. Whoo! Now I'm just trying to transform Jazz right quick.
That will actually allow for some clearance for you to bring this head section here all the way in and then rotate it there to the back. Once that...
Okay. So what we gonna do, we gonna... Okay. Now, we gotta fix Commander Jazz. Now we gotta like rotate the head. Because this part has to go in. If I can get his head in. Cause I don't want to break his head. Okay, let me see something. Alright, come on, Jazz. Alright, okay, wait. Let me see how you got his head in.
Nice securely. We can then turn our attention.
Wasn't there a Jazz in one of the live action Transformers movies? I'm mistaken. Yeah, he was in Transformers the movie. This is the '86 Jazz.
You're then going to want to bring this piece here and fold this in. As that
this piece in and fold it. Okay.
That will actually allow for some clearance for you to bring this head section here all the way in and then rotate.
It should be yes. Yeah. As the words of Prince Unique. Yeah, boy, I'm almost finished.
There to the back. Once that's done, we can take this here and just snap.
There's a ground, Monty. There's a ground, damn it. I say, there's a ground on here, Master Roshi.
This section into place. You're then going to want to rotate where these white struts are and hold this silver piece at the same time. So grasp this section and then just rotate this here all the way around. It might...
Okay. So grab this section okay, so grab this section and rotate this. Aha. You don't say now, do you? Okay. So grab this section and rotate it. Okay. Alright.
That is one of the more sophisticated steps of the conversion, and you can see how they've actually sculpted as well as painted in this section, which in my opinion is a really nice attention to detail. We can then take the arms here and you're going to want to align them up in a...
Okay. Take the arms, turn it around.
configuration which looks like this.
No. No. Okay. They think they slick. See, this. And I thought I had this right. Okay. Is this the same YouTube guy? No, this is a different guy. Because the last guy, he just, how shall I put it? He was talking right, but at the same time, he was Russian. It's like, I want to say Russian like in USSR Russian. I mean Russian as far as, you know, he's explaining it entirely too fast. Dude, slow down. Give me a chance to figure it out. I'm not saying he was wrong or nothing, but again, give me a chance to figure it out. That's all I'm saying. Something like that. What is he doing? I don't see something. Okay.
We can then proceed to fold this section here all the way in, and basically this section is going to rest in between.
Okay. So basically fold this section all the way in. Okay. Alright. All the way in. Okay.
In on the back of this tab, so just take this and snap that in there. We'll more or less just groove in.
Is there a way to snap that on there? Okay, so rotate this, which that does make sense. And then that goes there. But at the same time, you want to make sure okay. Okay. Because it's got to be a way to close this hood. You know what? Let me see something.
To place, and of course repeat the exact same process here on the opposite side, so just snap that in there nice securely. With that now done, you're of course just going to want to rotate
go back, dude. Go back
into place. You're then going to want to rotate where these white struts are and hold this silver piece at the same time. So grasp this section and then just rotate this here all the way around. In my opinion, that is one of the more sophisticated steps of the conversion, and you can see how they've actually sculpted as well as painted in this section, which in my opinion is a really nice attention to detail. We can then take the arms here and you're going to want to align them up in a configuration which looks like this. We can then proceed to fold this section here all the way in, and basically this section is going to rest in between on the back of this tab, so just take this and snap that in there.
Okay, that rests like that. Okay, so now it's more complex than a Rubik's Cube. Yeah, at least with a Rubik's Cube, you got an idea what's going on. This here is like, oh no, man, this just a lot of work. Okay. Now how do I? Okay. All right. We almost got it there. All I got to do is lower the trunk and the hood, and he should be good to go. Jazz wasn't as, because I'm about to end this video. I've been on this video for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Jazz is almost complete. As you can see, I just got to put the hood on and he be in his vehicle mode. He ain't as hard as this guy. This guy, man, you know, this is the hardest transformer that I ever bought. For $200, the only disappointment I don't like about this guy, he should have been battery operated. But I'm not disappointed because for the simple fact I do have a chance to own a Triptychon, and for the price it's worth, he was definitely worth it because look at all these things on him. He got more weapons on him than Iron Man, to be honest with you. You know, he's very fully posable. This one probably makes a good weight for exercising purposes. Yeah, you know what? I might leave him in the living room. I haven't decided where I'm gonna put him at, but wherever he goes, you know, he was worth it. He was definitely worth it. You know, the cool thing about him so far. Now this, let me take this off. This transformed into a robot. Right now, I don't want to transform him into a robot because I'm trying to get Jazz out the way. But the little piece that fell off of him, turn him into another mode, I'll put this piece back on him. But just to play it safe, I'm just going to throw it in there just to play it safe. And his chest, you know, believe me, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And then that lash in like that. He's the hardest one. He is definitely my boy, but he is the hardest. He is the hardest one. Straight up. Just want a minute. Let me just go and put Jazz back together. It's just getting these legs on. That's the only thing I hate. Getting these legs. Other than that, he's worth it. He was worth it. And this the farthest his tail will go. That's the only thing. That's the second thing I don't like about him. His tail. His tail should be a little bit longer. And unfortunately, it just goes in. Its tail is just inverted, but it stretches out like that. So that's the only downside that I hate about him. But after what he put me through, I can't hate him too much. I mean, for $200, he gave me a run for his money. Now, for $22, let's get Jazz out the way. Let's end this video. Leave in the comments. And then don't forget, I got 2 more of the Transformers that's coming real soon. In September, I'm going to have Nova Prime. Okay. And then in August, I'm going to have Prowl. This is Jazz. They had an Ironhide in there. Next week, if Ironhide's still there, I'm going to get it. You know, because like I said, I just want to bring my collection back for real, straight up. So, but he was worth it. Like I said, let me put him up one more time because I went through hell trying to put this thing through. He is fully posable. I mean, he's definitely fully posable now. Because these work, then his toes, you can bend his toes, you can bend his hands, his claws, you got the shoulder rockets, then the little visor come out, then you got this comes out, then you can open up his jaw, he's definitely fully posable. Now, do I want to transform him in his other modes? Hell no. Hell no. I can't do it. I have to study this thing. Triptychon, you can close your mouth now. I have to study this thing for about a month to figure out all his transformations. Okay? And he was worth it. Believe it or not, he was worth it. I mean, look how fully posable he is. Now he's sitting in my lap. See what I'm saying? Couldn't do that at first. Now I can. You know. So we're gonna put him back on the floor like that. It's a lot of plastic. You may not think that plastic ain't heavy. Oh, he's heavy. Speaking of plastic, let's go ahead and knock Jazz out the way, and I'm gonna end my show.
More or less just groove into place, and of course repeat the exact same process here on the opposite side, so just snap that in there nice and securely. With that now done, you're of course just going to want to rotate the waist joint up appropriately, ensure that everything is nicely tabbed and aligned. We can then come to this entire section, and you're just basically going to want to collapse this here all the way down, and just
Okay, then we're gonna put the gun right there. No. We're gonna put the gun right there. And as you can see, Jazz is now ready. Now I'm gonna humor myself a little bit. We're gonna put this guy up here. We're gonna have Tripticard say ah. Tripticard is going to eat Jazz. You figure out a $250 because Jazz is worth $22 and Tripticard I paid $250 for. I think it's only fair that a Decepticon eat an Autobot this time. So you got the best of both worlds. I have an Autobot, I have a Decepticon, and as you can see, Tripticard and Jazz is now complete. I didn't have to see the video anymore, so I kind of got an idea of what it's like. So the next couple of moments, he dropped his gun, no big deal, but he ain't broke. Thank God. So we're gonna put this here. Yeah, like that. But I like Jazz though. I like how they did Jazz. Jazz looks amazing. He really looks amazing. Straight up. So this is Jazz. This is Lieutenant Jazz. He didn't break. Just his gun came off. Again, happy table, cool man. Love your channel. Keep up every day you're doing because you are the best gentle ever made. Keep it up every day. I really appreciate if you sub to the show. So as you can see right now, it is over with. So now I have transformed Jazz, Lieutenant Jazz, and Tripticard. He is ready. And to humor everybody, I could put, you know what, let's take his gun out for a minute because that probably messed his teeth up. So we could put this, any other place I could put the gun? No, it's got to go on the top of the hood. Okay, so we're going to put the gun right here. And we're going to put this inside Tripticard's mouth. There we go. There you go. He is the most hardest thing to put together. Oh, and his little chest thing. Yeah. Me hungry. I say me hungry. Yes. And this is his chest plate. This comes off. like that. This turns into a robot. I ain't turning this. I done too much work for one day. I'm not turning this thing into a robot. Maybe some other time, but for now, we're gonna put this back on his chest. And you got the little latch, goes right there. Now, if I want to, I could put Jazz's weapon right there for now. Close that up, snap that in. There you go. So Tripticon is one of the huge, what they call them Transformers, the Titan series. Because you got Tripticon, everybody, you got Omega Supreme, you have Devastator, you have Predaking, Skylynx, Omega Supreme. Those guys are considered the Titan series. And Tripticon happened to be one part of the Titan series. I'm happy that believe it or not, I've always wanted one of these, the motorized one. But I'm not mad. I'm not disappointed. I'm not upset. Transformers 8, the best movie ever. Yes, because this is Jazz. This is 86 Jazz from the Transformers movie. I'm glad that Transformers is... Okay, Tripticon, you can shut your mouth now. In fact, you can lower your guns. You can lower your guns. You ain't trying to shoot nobody. And look, look at his guns. On the back, he got gun clips to keep the cannons going. I think that's cool. Again, this is 86 Transformer Lieutenant Jazz from the Transformer movie, and both of these are reissued. So if you're a Transformer fan like I am, I still got some of the old school Transformers. I still got some of the Transformer 2000 action figures, and I think this is great. You know, and to add him in my collection, I can't say no. And right now, I am not putting this thing back in the box anytime soon. I will keep the box, you know, so when it's time for me to move on, I ain't got to worry about how I'm going to pack them away. In fact, I'm going to keep the boxes to all these. But this is it. This is it. So this is the longest What's New show I've ever done. I needed to put more hours into the show for the simple fact, because Tripticon, you can sit here for a while. You did pretty good. Anything I get new to the show, I'm definitely going to show to my subscribers, you know, and I want everybody to be a part of that, you know, and I think that means a lot to me. So again, shout out goes out to Tripticon, you know, from the Transformers, Decepticons. Shout out goes out to Jazz. Next week, hopefully, I'll have, what's his name? Ironhide. Yep, looking forward to having Ironhide. Again, this thing is for $200. I'm not gonna lie. I put my work in. I want your lap. I want your landline dream. You're only got 23 watching your channel. Why not requiring to you? Listen, I don't care who's watching the show or not. I tell everybody, anytime I get something new on this show, I try to show everybody. And like I said, my last previous show I did was my Star Wars collection. So I think it's only right that if I get anything new that I want to share with the show. Tripticon, you can go on break. I'm done picking you up. I done picked you up like 8 times. And again, look how many times you gave me hell putting your legs on. I gotta straighten you out. And this thing, here's the best part. I like that he's stiff. That way he won't fall as much. I definitely like the fact he's stiff. Yep. Stay. Alright. That's it. We're gonna start packing everything down. And again, putting this, I'm just gonna put everything in the box. And what I mean by everything, I mean everything. you know. And he has a question saying, why people not following your channel? You want to have more people because on Tuesdays you have 23 people watching you on the Tuesdays. Why do people? Looks like way too much unnecessary work for me. Okay, let me get one thing straight. Because I've been on here for over 2 hours and 36 minutes. It's definitely time for me to end my show. I work on weekends, okay, because of the kind of work I do. And the only days I'm off is on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And here's the best part, because by everybody being at work, you know, and because of the kind of work I do, it's hard for me to do a show on weekends. So at least the middle of the week, you got some kind of entertainment, you know, because everybody, to some people, they entertain it during the weekend, which that's fine. If I had it my way, I would love, and believe me, if there's some way within the near foreseeable future I can get my weekends back, I would love to do my Happy Friday show. I would love to do my Shout Out Saturdays, my Family Time Sundays. I would love to do my weekend shows, but I can't. And I think it's only fair for the average Joe, to the average hard-working person. If they got a chance to get some kind of entertainment during the middle of the week, I think that's fair. Again, nobody cannot replicate, or duplicate anything I do. Whether you like it or not, whether you like it, love it, hate it, or leave it, I think I'm about the only realest YouTuber on here that keep it real. Okay, you think that's something? Less than 3 weeks from now, I will have the Nintendo Switch 2 that will be released June 5th. I've already put a down payment on it today. I'll have it paid off before the end of May. Come June 5th, I'm going to do an unboxing, and you will get to see that live on DCN Networks Presents Power Players. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, hey, I'm only one person. And then Happy Table said, I remember you did on Saturdays a video one time. Okay, because I really got to wrap this up. Again, my weekend shows is at random. If you see me on Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays, that is considered random. You be lucky. You be lucky to see me on Saturdays. You say you about the game will be 80 for that thing. Okay, when I bought my Nintendo Switch 2, like I said, I bought the Mario bundle. That's $500. Will I be investing a lot of games for it? I'll be lucky if I get maybe 3 good games for it, and that's it. Right now, I mean, I have more than enough to hold me over. You know, I got Dragon Ball Spark, especially on my PlayStation 5. I got Dragon Ball, Sparkling Zero, Undisputed, Mortal Kombat 1. Hell, I'm still playing Marvel vs. Capcom on, the download, the DLC download on the PlayStation 5. So I got maybe honestly, I got 5, if not 6 good games to keep me over. Because of the Godfather video games, I want to add that to my collection now. Because next year, you have to wait a whole nother year before you get a Nintendo Switch 2. Happy Table said, when you're doing a Mortal Kombat 1 video game. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do another Mortal Kombat video. Let's see what time it is. In fact, I'm about to do a Mortal Kombat 1 video in about 10 minutes. Yep. So, but again, sorry I couldn't get Tripticon transform a little bit faster, but he gave me hell, dude. He really did. But now that I know how to transform him, I got you. And got jazz. Alright. Shout out goes out to my brother Prince Unique, aka Prince Yeet. Okay. Shout out goes out to our boy Jeremiah King. He'll love this thing. You know, he might keep him as a pet. And my party's open up right now for 1. So Prince, if you want to come in, fine. If not, I understand. But I am going to do a Mortal Kombat video in about 10 minutes, so you don't want to miss out on that. So since I got this now, You know what I'm going to do? Because I'm keeping the box. Look, it even says on the box, new $25 pro member, 24, but since I have some reward points, I only pay $22 for this. You are the one. Thank you so much. Happy Table. I hope you sub to the show. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. DCN Networks presents Power Players. It will be the number one with that number one show on YouTube, on PlayStation. Immediately following, all shows will be shared on Facebook Live. Just to let everybody know. And I almost forgot. I don't usually do this on my What's New show, but I'm going to make an exception. Give me this. And I appreciate it, brother. I really appreciate it. Let me do this right quick. And I'm about to do this right now before I finally give this show a wrap. Triptychon gave me hell. Whew. But I'm glad it's over with. Now I know what to do. And if this is your birthday month of May 15, 2025, happy birthday from all of us, from DCN Networks to Power Players. Whatever you do, keep playing your games. My next guess is, do I give out birthday shout-outs? That's the most easiest thing in the world. 1, you seriously have to sub to the show. 2, you leave in a comment as far as the day of or the day after. And 3, if you leave it in the comments, I will give you a shout-out live on DCN Presents Power Players. Alright? Just to let everybody know. And I'm about to give out final shout-outs right now. Oh, before I give out final shout-outs, this will be coming out less than 2 weeks. Lilo and Stitch. I'll give you a birthday shout-out in about 30 seconds. Hold on to your coconuts. Lilo and Stitch will only be in theaters May 23rd, 2025. So if you got kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, godbabies, cousins, whoever, it could be a little simple date night for you and your significant other. I've always been a fan of Disney, and Lilo and Stitch ain't no different. So if you love the cartoon, you definitely gonna love the live action of Lilo and Stitch. And then I'm glad you brought that up, because next week I will give you my ideals on Karate Kid Legends. For the first time, you got Ralph Macchio and you have Jackie Chan to join forces to be in the next Karate Kid. I've seen the trailer for it. I'm a huge Karate Kid fan. Hell, I'm a huge Cobra Kai fan more than anything. So to keep this legacy going, Jackie Chan, Ralph Macchio, bring it. Seen the trailer, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for Lilo and Stitch. I'm ready for Karate Kid Legend. I'm also ready for this movie. And right now, The Thunderbolts is the number one movie in the world right now. But don't hold your breath on that just yet, because what I think the number one movie is going to be, and leave in comments if you guys going to see this movie, Fantastic Four First Steps. Yes. You got my boy Pedro Pascal in here. You got Vanessa Hudgens, who plays the Invisible Girl. Now, do I think this is going to be a blockbuster movie? Yeah. Yeah. And then again, Marvel has a way of sense of humor. Who knows? Thunderbolts might be a blockbuster movie. Marvel's Fantastic Four is going to be a blockbuster movie. But as far as $1 billion movie, I love the Thunderbolts, but I'm really leaning more towards Fantastic Four First Steps. I mean, come on. You know, they're bringing in the female Silver Surfer. You got Galactus. He's about twice as big as the Earth. I mean, they did everything from the imagination of Stan Lee. They really bring it down to home where you're seeing the Fantastic Four the way they was intended to see all this time. I'm ready for it. Happy Table say, yeah, go watch the movie when they come. You're right. The movies will be better than the movies ever made. Yeah, this is the year. This is Marvel year. So, again, my prediction, $1 billion movie with Marvel, Then again, they might fool the hell out of us. They might be both billion-dollar movies as far as the Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four First Step. But if I have to choose, I gotta go with Fantastic Four on this one. I ain't knocking the Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts was beautiful. You know, everybody's saying it wasn't good as Endgames. Hell no. Another topic for another time. Let's get that out the way right now. Now, leave in the comments. Let me know what movies do you want to see in 2025. Do you want to see Lilo and Stitch, which I think that's a great family movie, because we do need more family movies. Do you want to see Marvel's Fantastic Four First Steps? Do you want to see the Thunderbolts that's playing out now? Or if you're a horror head, because this is coming out in June. June will be here before you know it. I'll get that out the way right now. The Killer Barbie is back in Megan 2.0, only in theaters June 27th. I liked it the first Megan. I want to see what the Killer Barbie gonna do. And believe me, she's gonna do everything to handle business. Okay? And I don't like horror, but I'm ready for this. And again, shout out goes out to the guru, Larry Leonard at the Larry Leonard headquarters. I'm pretty sure he's going to see it. I'm going to see it because, again, I'm a fan of the first one. I'm ready for the second one. And she got some upgrades. I've seen the trailer. From what I saw from the trailer, she's going to be taller, faster. She's going to learn some more fighting skills as far as mixed martial arts. And of course, she's going to do some killing along the side. And then, you know, she's going after a prototype that's just as crazy as she is. So, I've seen the trailer, and it says in the trailer, and I'm going to break my state of direction for a minute. It's going to be bitch versus bitch. I'm ready for it. You know, let me know if you guys are ready for Megan 2.0. All right. I got one more movie to talk about, and then I'm about to really end this show. And that is Superman Legacy. And this will be in theaters July. I'm sorry, I'm a little too excited. This will be in theaters July 11th, 2025. His legend begins. Superman Legacy. Now, I guess my next question is on the top of my mind. What is James Gunn gonna do? Well, I see this movie, you know, then the new actor that's gonna play Superman, David Corenswet, he is going to be the new Man of Steel. Now, out of all the Supermans, I'm not gonna lie, Christopher Reeves, he's old school. He's gonna always be the best Superman of all. But if I had to see the torch passed down to anybody, I would have to say Henry Cavill. Now, David Corenswet, I don't know the guy. I can't say anything bad about him. I can't say whether or not he's going to do a good or bad job. But from what I've seen from the trailer, from what I've seen as far as how they making it more deep into this, on how they going to bring Superman to the big screen, I'm going to give the guy a chance. I'm going to give him a shot. You know, then again, he might prove me wrong. But we're going to see. Leave in the comments. And let me know, come June 11th, 2025, is you guys going to see Krypton's favorite son, the Man of Steel, Superman Legacy. And I'm going to end this argument right now. I like DC, but I love Marvel. I'm going to be a Marvel head to the day I die. And I think the only body I like in the DC universe, I'm not knocking Superman, love Batman. But I will give Superman a chance in this movie. So, you know, let me know. Let me know if it's going to be a day one for you guys. All right. And I've been on here long enough. And that's it. Let me put up my logo. Little Robot Buddy. Oops, I'm sorry. Little Robot Buddy, we go on break. I'm going to give out final shout outs and I'm going to end my show. Okay. To the president and co-founder of DCN Networks Presents Power Players, Sean the Genius Harris at the Harrison headquarters on the south side of Chicago. Shout out goes out to you. To my west side family, the Redmond, shout out goes out to you guys. To my immediate family, the Crittens, Colognes, Johnson, Millsaps, shout out goes out to you. To my close friend, Margie Vallejo. When we get the chance, we definitely got to team up. Shout out goes out to you. Who else? To the guru, Larry Leonard at the Larry Leonard headquarters on the south side of Chicago. Shout out goes out to you, to your sister Billy, to everybody in your community. You guys are like my biggest fans. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Okay. Shout out goes out to you. Who else do I need to give a shout out to? To Vicky Richmond, Mario. Shout out goes out to you. To Marie and Morgan Cambridge. Shout out goes out to you guys. To the dangerous one himself, DDG, Dangerous Danny Garcia. To my other brother, Alex the Lone Wolf Thorne. Check out Thorne Theater. Don't get me wrong, I know my movies, but this guy really knows his movies. He's not to mention him and Larry Leonard. They're both horror experts, so you definitely want to check out Thorne Theater Reviews and Thorne Tech. And tell them that Officer D from DCN Networks and Power Players sent you, so you really don't want to miss out on that. Who else I need to give a shout out to? To the love of my life, Dimitri Ann Johnson, the future Mr. Crittenden. Shout out goes out to you, to everybody out in Gary and Hobart, Indiana. Miss you guys. To my future 11 grandkids, my greatest treasure in the world. Y'all gonna have the coolest grandpa in the world. I collect Transformers. It don't get any better than that. Shout out goes out to you guys. Who else need to give a shout out to? To Aunt Sunny Pooh and my little cousin. Miss you guys. Shout out goes out to you. Who else? And if I miss anybody in the comments, please leave in the comments if I miss anybody's name out. To Dion, you got the third on lock. I'm not worried. I'll be out there in about less than a week, so update me on everything. Shout out to you. Robbo, you owe me 4 dinners, man. If I got to come over your house, man, let's come up with a plan. Shout out goes out to you. And don't forget, tomorrow, Officer D be back at work at North of Sheffield Commons, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the way up to Monday, to protect them all from the forces of evil and all that other jazz. Shout out to you. And to Happy Table, if you haven't subbed to the show, sub to the show. I will be well appreciated. Thank you. And I've already gave a shout out to my brother from New York City, a.k.a. Matt Unique, a.k.a. Prince Unique, a.k.a. Prince Yeet. And to our boy Jeremiah King, you know, we don't want to smoke. Thank you. All right, that's it. I'm glad I got these Transformers done. And again, I apologize. I really apologize for taking this long to put these legs on, because I'm not going to lie to you, that wasn't easy. It was not easy. I had to fight for a minute. And then you got to understand, I paid like over $200 for this thing to add to my collection. So I really don't want to damage it on the first try. So for what it was worth it. You know, Trip the Car, you want to do this one more time? You want to eat jazz one more time? There you go, like that. There we go. Straight up. All right, you can put this down. Okay, you can put this. You can bend your neck. All right, cool. You can put it out. All right, you're done. So, we're done on What's New. And leave in the comments and tell me, what would you like to see What's New on the show? Okay, and on home video, I bought Sonic 3. I think the next home video, in fact, I'm gonna order it before I do another show, and that will be Captain America: Brave New World. So I'm gonna order that tonight, so I can have that next week, and we see what happens. I'm out of here. I am done with the show, and again, sorry for the inconvenience. This is Darnell Crittenden from DCN Networks and Power Players. Whatever you do, keep playing your games. I'll talk to everybody later, and later I see everybody next time on the wild side. Take care. Peace. Until next time, Chicago. Until next time, the world. This is Darnell Crittenden from DC and Epsom Power Players. Whatever you do, keep playing your games. I talk to everybody later. And later, public service announcement. Put those guns down. Y'all ain't got nothing else to do, man. Just put them away. Take care of yourself.